Guys, I just got one of the most exciting mail calls I think I've gotten maybe ever. Uh, Super, super cool bottle. And it was hand delivered by our friend Larry here.
G'day.
Let's take a look at it. Hit that intro. Welcome back to T-Rod Whiskey, guys. You ever had one of those weeks where just everything is just kind of grinding you down and, you really just need that one thing to kind of pick things up? That's the kind of week I was having, right? It's cold here in Michigan. We haven't seen the sun in like 28 days. Temperatures haven't been above freezing in weeks. And we're going to be below zero for the next, God, I don't know how many days.
Crikey, get on with it.
All right, so we'll get to it. So anyways, Larry delivered a bottle the other day, and not just any bottle. This one was recently featured on Fred Minnick's Top 100 list. That bottle is from the newly established Larrikin Distilling Company in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. And it is a 10-year rye whiskey finished in French Cognac Casks, coming in at 122.4 proof. So this is a 10-year Alberta rye. These barrels of rye, right, they were destined to be sent to a Russian oligarch, and they were kind of, I don't know exactly how you would say it, but they didn't really find their way to Russia. This kind of happened around the time that Russia invaded the Ukraine. The barrels got lost, and somehow the master distiller at Larrikin, Greg Keeley, was able to get his hands on these barrels, right? And then he, a short time later, I guess, obtained some French cognac barrels and decided we got some 10-year-old rye, some 10-year-old Alberta rye, and some cognac casks that are just begging for something to be poured into them. So, put two and two together, and we came out with this bad boy. Larrikin Distilling was formerly the Lawrenceburg Distillery. They have recently rebranded, relaunched, as it were. It is a veteran-owned, veteran-distilled company. We thank them for their service. Guys, if you're watching this, I appreciate everything you sacrificed, everything you did for our country. And I also appreciate the bottle. I'm super excited about this one. I did get into it the other night, but that was about a day or two ago, so we've had some time for it to open up just a little bit. Some of you guys probably wondering what a Larrikin is, and to my understanding, it's kind of like a maverick, someone who does their own thing. It actually lists on the back of the bottle here, Larrikin, Australian slang, a person who disregards convention, a maverick. Larrikinism was a reaction to rules imposed by British officials on the young country of Australia. Our whiskey reflects the bold spirit of good-natured irreverence and relies on character, not ceremony. So they are all about doing their own thing, which makes me super excited, because if you guys have been watching the channel at all, I'm a huge fan of smaller, more craft distilleries. I really enjoy some of the products that they put out. I think going against convention is a good thing. I think creativity is what is going to help grow and continue to grow the whiskey market as a whole. So I can stop talking for a minute. Let's go ahead and pop this cork and get into it a little bit, because I really want to try this again. Some of the people that commented on the Instagram, which if you guys aren't following us on Instagram, shame on you, but a few of the people that I have talked to on Instagram about this one, they told me that they got to try it at Kentucky Bourbon Fest and made the mistake of not grabbing a bottle, and they wish that they would have. Ooh, okay. Yeah, the nose. This nose is like, it violates your sense of smell in like the best possible ways. There's definitely that rye characteristic, but there's like this sweet, like almost, I don't know how to describe it, like this sugary, sweet, syrupy note that just, it's really pungent, but in a pleasing way. You got some oak, little bit of, maybe like I don't want to say it's a maple syrup, because it's not a maple syrup. It's like a sweet syrup, almost like a liqueur sweetness. So going for the sip. Mm. Unmistakable, high proof Canadian rye, but there's like a sugarcane note that just is present throughout. And that spice, that rye spice that makes Canadian rye so enticing, especially higher proof stuff. If you guys are out there and you're watching this and you think, oh, Canadian rye is trash, no, you're drinking the wrong kind. Seriously, you are. 100% Canadian rye is some of the most flavorful rye grain that you can get. I specifically am a big, big fan of Alberta Distilling Company. I have some of their cask strength bottlings on the shelf. I love them. Right around that 120 to 130 proof point is where it gets really, really interesting. You can sit here and dissect this glass for forever, but this is just beautifully characteristic, and it's light. For being a 10-year-old rye, it's lighter than you might think until you find out that it is an Alberta rye. Canadian ryes tend to not get super dark, even with 10 years in a barrel, because again, they're aging oftentimes in ex-bourbon casks. It's not new oak, so you're not getting as much color to it, but it's still helping to take some of those deep-rooted flavors. I mean, 10 years in a barrel is going to do great things no matter what you do, but this is really, it's rich and complex, and like that sugar cane, there's almost like a molasses like quality that's just pinched in there, but it's not super prominent. You got to really look for it. Yeah, sweet oak. There's some I almost want to say it's like an apricot, like the dried apricots that you can get, those little bags that they have sitting in the like the checkout line at like Target. Um, that's kind of what I'm getting out of this, but just that sugar cane note is, and it's not like in your face, like it's super sweet, but it's there the entire time, and it coats your entire mouth and palate. And when it's gone, that's what's sitting there bringing me back for more. And then on the sides of my palate, I'm getting like a peppery rye spice that is just delicious. It is fantastic. This is a really, really well crafted rye whiskey. Obviously, no coloring added, no chill filtration at 122 proof. There's no need for any of that garbage. But I love the packaging on this. I love that they have a unique bottle shape. I love the kangaroo on the front. I love Larry. That there's just this whole experience is fantastic. I would say this is probably like an 8.6 for me. Comfortably an 8.6 to an 8.7. Courtney was down here, tried it the other night. She really liked it. I think with some time, this is going to open up even better to potentially be one of my rise of the year. Greg, you did a fantastic job with this. This is expertly crafted. I really, really enjoy it. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And yeah, Jennifer for hooking me up with the media box and everything. The sticker is already on the side of the speakeasy fridge. We enjoyed it a lot. Thank you again for the opportunity. And yeah, if you guys see Larrikin bourbon popping up on shelves, I mean, this is maybe a little bit on the pricier end of the scale for some of you guys, but for what it is, you're not really paying all that much compared to everything else in the market. I mean, $10 a year is about average. It's finished in a French Cognac cask, and it's a really, really good drinking rye. For 122 proof, it's not taking your head off or lighting your hair on fire, but it is proofy enough to kind of, punch your tongue a little bit and wake it up and say, hey, I'm here. It's fantastic. And for Fred Minnick to recognize it, I mean, I know the top 100 list, it sounds like, oh yeah, there's 100 bourbons or 100 ryes or 100 whiskeys. To make it on that list is no small accomplishment, especially as they are like reintroducing themselves into the market. That is a hell of a milestone to have. So congratulations, you guys. This Decades bottle is fantastic. I appreciate it. Yeah, 8.6. This is delicious. This is absolutely delicious. And I think my challenge is going to be not drinking it super fast, because I'm definitely going to want to share this with some friends. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like a butterscotchy, simple syrup kind of sweetness. Yeah, that cognac that finishes there, but it's complementary. It's not obtrusive. Love it. Guys, if you've made it this far into the video, thank you for your patronage. Thank you for your viewership.
Don't forget to give us a follow.
Please hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave me a comment. Patreon is coming. I know I've kind of alluded to that over the last few weeks. Just been a busy couple of weeks, but this video should be dropping in the next day or so. So yeah, we'll see you then. Cheers.